In today's video, I'm going to be going over what you need to do before another update drops to actually prepare and make sure you're ready when it comes. If you guys want today's video, subscribe. Also, comment me your best joke. If I find one that's particularly interesting, I'll give that person 1 million coins. Make sure you comment your IGN along with the joke and you're subscribed because I'm giving you money. Why would you not be subscribed? Am I right? Another update is around the corner, and we know that because Alpha server's been pumping out stuff, and it's actually closed right now, so hopefully it'll be coming out within the next few weeks. We don't actually know, though. So this is what I recommend you do before. First thing, please spend almost all your money that you can. If you're saving any money for the Nether update, just spend it, quite frankly. You're going to need the money while you have the chance. And here's what I mean. Inside the Nether update, 95% of the items are corpuscle bound. And the ones that aren't actually that terribly useful. Like, they're not the best armor or the best items or anywhere close to that. So if you want to be able to actually survive in Nether, you actually have to have gear before you go in, because you're not going to buy your way into it. So I would recommend spending almost all your money. So what do you want to spend your money on? I'm going to be going over all the items, weapons, investments, everything that you could possibly want to spend your money on for this Nether update. So let's get into it. First, gear-wise, I'm going to just kind of breeze over this. There's only a few right answers. Pets, this is the list. G-Drag, E-Drag, Blaze. These 3 pets absolutely slap. They're all incredibly good during the Nether update. Any other pet, yes, it's fine. Yes, Baby Eddie, Griffin, Wither Skeleton, Tiger. Yes, those are all still good pets, but they're not going to be nearly as good as the Blaze pet or other ones competing. Armor-wise, I'd recommend Frozen Blaze. Frozen Blaze is better, quite frankly. Unless you're using E-Drag or G-Drag, I recommend you use Frozen Blaze, because when paired with Blaze Pet, which is already one of the best pets in that update, it slaps neck on armor. You have more EHP, you are better off going with Frozen Blaze, and it's cheaper if you're going to be using a Blaze Pet anyways. Necron's, yes, still good, but Frozen Blaze is better. Now for weapons. Weapons, there is a lot of things I recommend you have, and I'm going to be going over all of them. First things first, the one thing you must have, some sort of AoE clear. So the best example is this, Hype Term. However, most people who watch my videos aren't that rich, so I recommend you get yourself a Juju. Juju is still an incredibly good clearing weapon. It's just super solid. It does big damage, it clears well, it's a good weapon. Get yourself a Juju, because there's going to be a shit ton of mobs in another update that have high health, and there's a lot of them, and if you're just individually hitting each one, it's going to take you a year and a half to kill the mobs, when someone with a Hype or a Juju can kill them in like 10 seconds. Once you have an AoE clear weapon, try to get yourself a big hit weapon. Also, keep in mind, don't go mage unless you have a Hyperion. Spirit Scepter, Yeti Sword, Midas Staff, all the stuff, it's not going to be good enough. You're not going to be able to survive, you're not going to be able to get enough HP, you're not going to be able to out-damage any of the mobs. Only go mage if you have Hype. There's not really any spectacular mage weapons in the Nether update yet. There's some decent ones, but not enough to hard carry. Once you have yourself an AoE clear weapon, get yourself a big, strong, first, like, one-hit weapon. By this, I'm talking like a Giant Sword, Shadow Fury, Livid Dagger, something that's like a single hit and does big damage. Ideally, you want to reforge for DPS over actual damage. So, for example, it's better to have Soul Eater over One For All, and actually Enchant over One For All, because you're not going to be able to one-shot the mobs anyways. So, hitting them less times is better. Overall, it'll be better for you in the long run. Now, if you don't have enough money for a Giant Sword, I recommend you get yourself a Shadow Fury. Shadow Fury is a absolutely insane weapon. It's not too expensive either. It's 22 million coins. It's not too bad. You can get yourself one. And it actually has really good stats comparatively. For example, if we look at one that's not One For All, it has 370 damage, 265 strength. Giant Sword is 500, 270. So it's not actually too far off comparatively wise, especially as it gives you crit damage as well. Same with Giant Sword. So Shadow Fury is a good weapon. If you don't have that, get Livid Dagger. If you don't have that, just get Livid Dagger or some weapon like that. Now, what are the gear? This is the gear. This is the Misc items. I'm going to be going in order. These are items that aren't necessarily essential, but are still incredibly good. First one, Wand of Atonement and Florid Zombie Sword. These two are must-haves. Things fucking hurt in this update. This is super good for first heal. I heal for quite a lot of health. If I go up here, I should take a lot of damage. I actually just died. Point is, Floor Damage Surge heals you for a lot of health, but only has 5 charges, so if I burn through my charges, I'm kind of fucked. Wand of Atonement gives you a lot of health, 170 every single second, for 7 seconds, and you can do it every single second. So this is such a good weapon. As for cost-wise, the Zombie Sword is gonna cost you around 2 to 3 million coins in the Wand of Atonement. Wand of Atonement is going to cost you 3.5 million coins, up to 4 mil. I recommend getting with Ultimate Wise, though, because otherwise it'll drain through your mana very, very fast unless you're a mage. Once you put these items knocked out of the way, then I start going into Power Fluxes, Mana Flux, Overflux, Plasma Flux. I can talk, I swear. These are both good items, but they're not essential. But they're still good. After that, the only really other Misc item I recommend you getting, I recommend getting yourself an Ice Spray. This is super, super solid. It's a good item overall. Besides that, one other thing, make sure you have a cookie equipped, make sure you have a God Pad equipped. Yes, it's pretty obvious, but this update will absolutely rock you. It kills the best of the best players. Literally, the best of the best die to this update. So, if you don't have a God Pot, you're going to lose quite a lot of money, to say the very least. Besides that, what else should you spend your money on? Investment-wise, there's honestly not a whole lot of items. I'll be going over all of them that are potentially good, though. First one, Enchanted Coal. This can be used to craft up the new fuel for the Gobble Glue minions. Pretty good investment. Next one, we have Magma Cream. This one is also pretty good. It's also relatively safe. If I buy a stack, if I buy one, I can buy it for that much, and I sell for that much. So I'm not losing a whole lot of money. Even if it doesn't go up, I'm still making a good amount of money. Other than that, getting yourself maybe some Enchanted Glowstone, some Enchanted Netherwood, some Enchanted Blaze Powder. Yes, those are all good. Don't get yourself Enchanted Blaze Rods, because they're not used in a whole lot of crafting items. But I would highly recommend prioritizing gear over actual stuff. From AH, the only thing that I've heard to be good, that might be actually super useful, is going to be a Travel Scroll to the Magma Fields. Reason being is in the new Nether update, there ain't no Magma Fields, so you're going to need Travel Scroll to the Magma Fields to actually get Travel Scroll to Kudra, which is a very good Travel Scroll to have, so buying some of those might be pretty good as well. Besides that, there's not a whole lot of other things to buy. Also, try investing yourself in an Aspect of the Void. Forgot to mention that, but point is, get yourself gear, spend all your money, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. See you next one. Peace.